The same hands that perform delicate tasks on the sick and injured are helping in another way. The Physicians' Talent Show showcases a different side of doctors in Collier County who offer music and not medicine as their gift to the community. It takes a lot of work and patience to create a memorable show, and a recent retrospective of the Beatles is something that everyone can feel good about.
We all wanna change the world.
Since I spent my life in the piano business, I know that I've sold a lot of pianos to a lot of doctors, and I've met a lot of doctors who played the piano. But when I saw what they could do singing, as magicians, acting and putting together little skits, playing the guitar, just being members of the band, the depth of the talent that these people have really surprised me.
The show has been a hit with audiences and the performers. Each year, the show attracts hidden talent of the medical profession who raise money for charity and their own spirits.
This year's theme, the Beatles, will be really exciting because I think everybody knows Beatles tunes and it covers the gamut of emotion. The purpose of the fundraiser is terrific. The neighborhood health clinic, Steinway piano competition, or teaching for young students who otherwise couldn't take musical lessons is a great, great goal.
First organized in 2004, the Physicians' Talent Show is the brainchild of Greg and Sarah Billings to raise money for the neighborhood health clinic, a free clinic for the working poor in Collier County. Greg, who owns the Steinway Piano Gallery in Bonita Springs, has spent his life around music, starting with his grandfather, who traveled around Wisconsin with his band.
His career was really as an inventor, and he invented the first hydraulic crane. But Grandpa was a drummer, and Dad was a saxophone player and a piano player, which I guess explains how I ended up playing the bass. They needed that third guy for a jazz trio.
Not only has it brought out the inner musician in many doctors, for some, it has been dormant for years. The show has encouraged many doctors to get more involved in their community.
Dr. Cugini would be an example. He's an endocrinologist. He is the lead guitarist in our band, Throat Culture. And after a couple of years, he now volunteers his services with the neighborhood health clinic.
My father was a dentist, but he also was a musician, kind of like me. He did half and half professional, and he played some music. He played the guitar, and I used to watch him and his friends play together, and I got interested that way. And then he bought me a guitar when I was young, and I started taking lessons.
Like many of the performing doctors, Cugini puts the same effort that got him into medical school into his playing. In fact, Cugini was very close to living the rock and roll life.
The fork in the road was, I got a phone call from a recording company that a scout had seen my band play out, and they liked the way I played the guitar, and they wanted me to fly out to California and play with them, but also at the same time I was just about to leave for medical school. So I had to do a lot of thinking about that, but I chose a more conservative path, and now I'm a physician.
Even when I was in medical school and training, I knew of many doctors who played instruments. Many put themselves through medical school playing professionally. However, they were able to combine it, but they got to high levels, but then detoured into the medical field. But they could play professionally and make money. So I'm not really surprised because I've seen so much of that.
I'm ready.
Music, it seems, is a common thread among those with analytical minds. Dr. Martin Cohn, a pioneer in treating sleep disorders, started playing when he was 12, but gave it up during college. He started again 5 years ago in time to play one of his favorite Beatles songs at the ripe age of 64.
In studying the specifics of notes and mathematics of music, it stimulates, I guess, part of the brain. At least this is what I read also from a medical point of view. So development of the brain is enhanced by studying music. I think there's a lot of evidence for that. And it's really relaxing. You're focusing concentration on what you're doing and your mind is otherwise blank. So it takes you away from other concerns, worries.
Doctors seem to have two mindsets. One is the scientific mind, the other one is an artistic. I think a lot of doctors, probably when they were growing up, had music lessons, whether it's piano or playing in the school band or singing in the chorus, or just to perform. You have other docs that like to, who are athletes. So that's part of performing too.
Dr. Kathy David is a podiatrist who grew up singing in several choruses, including at Bishop Perot High School in Fort Myers. She continued singing in college before starting her practice in Naples in 2005 and heard about the Physicians' Talent Show. It was not only a great experience musically, but professionally too.
After, I would be meeting other doctors at dinners or in the hospital or such and such, and they would just say, oh, you did a great show and everything. And so next thing I knew, I was getting patients from doctors that I had just met or doctors that came to the show. So it was really nice. So it built my practice when I was in Naples. Plus I have a good time. Love the Beatles. I remember looking through my dad's albums. I don't think albums exist anymore, but I listened to all those albums. I love them.
Kind of like a huge field. There's so many different styles and so much different kind of music, and it's just kind of an infinite possibilities for things to work on and play. I think the best thing about it is so much fun to play with other people and other singers.
Is there a link between music and medicine? Do the left and right sides of the brain cooperate enough to excel at both? Regardless of the enterprise, these doctors seem to give everything their best shot.
A lot of the doctors were in the band, or a lot of the doctors played piano. It wasn't their career choice, but it was something that they did along the way. So there's a connection. Music major is more likely to be accepted to medical school than someone who's majored in any other discipline.
As for those who gave up their visions of stardom, this is a chance to recapture some of the dreams of youth while helping others with some real problems. Kujini is happy to indulge the fantasy, if only for a moment.
Once in a while, why not? You can always dream. There's nothing wrong with dreaming, right? That's fun. You're on stage. You get to play a little bit. People clap. You feel good about it. Hopefully, you made somebody happy with your music, and the rest of it's fun. Plus, we get to raise some money for a good cause, for the neighborhood clinic that they can use the money. So we're doing a good thing and having fun at the same time.